In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college football games happening on October 27, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Louisiana versus Southern Miss. Louisiana will try to extend a 2-game winning streak when it travels to Southern Miss on Thursday night in a nationally televised showdown. The Ragin' Cajuns are coming off consecutive wins over Marshall and Arkansas State, getting back to .500 in conference play. Southern Miss is on a 2-game winning streak of its own, beating Arkansas State and Texas State in its last 2 games. The Ragin' Cajuns are 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 games in October and 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 games overall. The Golden Eagles are 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 conference games and 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 games overall. The under is 28-12-1 in Ragin' Cajuns' last 41 games overall. The under is 24-11 in Golden Eagles' last 35 games overall. The Ragin' Cajuns are 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 meetings. The Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns take on the Southern Miss Golden Eagles in a Thursday night Fun Belt battle. These teams are both 4-3 straight up and 5-2 against the spread. They are both in the middle of the Sun Belt standings and looking to make a move late in the season to try to get to the championship game at best or a decent bowl game at worst. These teams are eerily similar. The Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns defense will be too much for a below-par Southern Miss offense. The Ragin' Cajuns are allowing an average of only 19 points per game, which is 21st in the nation, and pressure the quarterback well with 19 sacks, which has helped to produce 12 interceptions. Southern Miss quarterback Zach Wilk is prone to interceptions, being picked off 8 times this season. The Louisiana offense will churn out enough yards on the ground and through the air to produce the points needed against a Southern Miss defense that is allowing an average of 22 points per game. Louisiana has covered the number in each of the last 8 games when playing against a team with a winning record, and in 4 of the last 5 Sun Belt Conference games. Both have the same record and average around the same amount of points scored on offense and points allowed on defense. The difference between them is in how they score. Southern Miss had a similar style of offense to Louisiana last season, but this season they have Frank Gore Jr. as running back. He averages 4.9 yards per carry and has 4 touchdowns on the season. He will have a tough test this week against a defense that allows only 123 rushing yards per game. The other difference between these teams, and what should be the determining factor of this game, is the quarterbacks. Wilk has not looked good like Wooldridge and is not a rushing threat either. Southern Miss is also missing their backup quarterback, who is out for the season, and that could become disastrous if something happens to Wilk. Louisiana has the quarterback edge in an otherwise coin-toss game, and for that reason, they can take care of business in this game. So Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns' money line is our full game side pick. Both teams are better defensively than offensively, and I expect Louisiana to rely more on its rushing attack now that its starter is back on the field. The Ragin' Cajuns have been without Smith for several weeks, but he is expected to play on Thursday. They are on the road against a team that they have struggled against, so a more conservative game plan would not be surprising. Louisiana has gone under the total in 12 of its last 18 games. Southern Miss has not been moving the ball consistently since losing its starting quarterback, as Gore Jr. is the only real weapon for the Golden Eagles. They have gone under in 4 of their 6 games and are poised to do so again in this contest. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Virginia Tech versus NC State. The Virginia Tech Hokies will be trying to snap their 4-game losing streak when they face the NC State Wolfpack on Thursday night. The Hokies are coming off a 20-14 loss to Miami as 9-point underdogs. The Wolfpack are coming off a 24-9 loss to Syracuse as 3-point underdogs. Virginia Tech is 5-1 in 6 games against NC State. Virginia Tech is 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 road games and 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games overall, while the under is 8-2 in their last 10 games against a team with a winning record. NC State is 12-5 against the spread in their last 17 home games and 0-4 against the spread spread in their last 4 games overall, while the under is 17 to 2 to 1 in their last 20 Thursday games. NC State has struggled to put up points in the absence of star quarterback Leary. In their last game, the Wolfpack played one of the top defenses in the country, Syracuse. This week they host a very middle-of-the-road Virginia Tech squad that is ranked around 60th in the nation in most categories. The offense for the Wolfpack should be able to score enough points to win, but this game will be won by the strength of NC State's team, the defense. Virginia Tech is at the bottom of all offensive categories, and the Wolfpack should feast by getting good field position, all eyeing, which leads to easy scores. The favorite is 5-0 in the last 5 games that these two teams have met. I get the reasoning for backing an underdog in some spots, and NC State's offense has taken a step back in recent weeks. However, Virginia Tech's offense has been non-existent for much of the year, and in 2 conference road games, the Hokies have allowed 43 points per game and been outscored 90-39. This feels like a good spot for NC State to wake up offensively, so the NC State to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Hokies and Wolfpack played over the total in 2 of their last 3 meetings. The Hokies are averaging 19 points per game and 19 points per game on the road. They averaged 38 points per game in their last 3 games against the Wolfpack. With NC State giving up 17 points per game, the Hokies will be held under their average in this game. The Wolfpack are averaging 27 points per game and 35.5 points per game at home. They averaged 22 points per game in their last 3 games against the Hokies. Even though the Hokies are giving up 25 points per game, they struggled against the pass in recent games, and they're facing a good passing team, so expect the Wolfpack to score enough points to push the score past the total. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Utah versus Washington State. Washington State will host the number 14 ranked Utah Utes on Thursday in a Pac-12 matchup. The Utah Utes have won the last 3 head-to-head matchups in this series. Last season, Utah won 24-13, but Washington did cover the 15-point spread as a road dog. Both of these teams are coming into this game with extra rest after last playing on October 16th. The Utes are 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 after an against the spread loss and 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 Thursday games. Utah is 11-3 in their last 14 in October. Meanwhile, Washington State is 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 at home and 8-3 against the spread in their last 12 conference games. The Cougars are 12-5 against the spread in their last 17 overall. The Utes are coming off a great win, posting 562 yards of offense, 30 first downs, and 7.4 yards per play in the win over USC. Utah has been cooking on offense this year, posting 26 or more points in each game. The Utes have hit 32 or more in each of their last 6 outings and shouldn't have a ton of trouble posting a good number here. As for Washington State, they had 368 yards total in their loss to Oregon State. The Cougars have scored just 24 combined points over their last 2 weeks, which comes after a string of 3 games with 28 points or more. The Utah Utes have all of the weapons to beat Washington State with their elite and dynamic quarterback, along with their explosive defense. Utah is ranked 13th, averaging 41 points per game while surrendering just 22 points per game. What the Utes have that the Cougars don't is a dynamic play style. The Utes average over 100 yards in both rushing and passing offenses, while the Cougars' rushing average is below 100 yards per game, and the passing offense averages 243 yards per game. Rising is one of the top-ranked quarterbacks when it comes to passing yards, so he will be able to rack some up against a defense that allows 243.6 yards through the air. With Phillips 3 in the secondary, there will be pressure on Washington State to get the ball out quickly or to stick to the run game, which is struggling. Utah just went through a very tough 2-game schedule and will need to keep their focus up if they want to avoid an upset. Washington State has been disappointing in their last 2 games and hasn't shown enough to keep up with the Utes here, so the Utah Utes to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Washington State does not run the ball well, so look for them to go to the air early and often. The Utes are vulnerable against the big pass play as they rank 104th in the nation, allowing 8 yards per passing attempt, and are allowing 9.7 yards per pass attempt over the past 3 games, which is the 11th worst mark in the nation over that span. The Utah offense is 27th in the nation in yards per pass attempt and 36th in yards per rushing attempt, with Washington State ranked just 74th in yards allowed per pass attempt, but very stout, allowing only 3.7 yards per attempt against the run, which is 35th best in the nation. Utah's best chance to move the ball is also through the air. Expect the uptick in pass plays to lead to more big plays and fewer time-consuming drives. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.